William Paterson University is now using a $3.2 million federal grant for a program that's called Leaders as Learners. Joining us now is the Dean of William Paterson University's College of Education, Dr. Candace Burns. Dr. Burns, good of you to join us. What does this program intend to do?
Well, it intends to help us work more systematically and deliberately with the Paterson School District to do, among other things, support experienced school leaders, as well as to educate and train new school leaders from amongst the ranks of school teachers who are very promising in the district.
Exactly how are you doing that? What numbers of people are involved, and how do you select those folks?
Well, the grant has a piece that provides master's degrees to 40 promising teachers who have potential to be good administrators, and so the selection is as we would select for any program: GRE scores, interviews, references, things like that.
This
would be a committee of faculty.
It's a federal program. I understand there's about 20 institutions of higher learning that are participating around the country. William Paterson University is the only one in New Jersey. How did you manage to win that grant?
I don't know. I could say we're very lucky, but I think part of why we won it is because we have deliberately partnered with the schools in Paterson for many years around teacher preparation. We've had a long-time relationship where we actually have professors in the schools who work with the schools on their professional development needs. So this grant was a logical extension to educational leaders, where we're going to embed leaders in residence and work intentionally and purposefully and in partnership with the schools.
Yeah, I
so
understand.
I think maybe that's why we got it.
I understand there's also an emphasis here on the high needs, so-called high needs school districts as well. What are you looking for in terms of the outcome here? How different would the administrators of the future, the ones that you're helping to train, be from, say, the ones who are operating right now?
Well, you know, of course, if I answer your question, I'm going to make sort of a sweeping generalization. So, you know, there are some leaders who require some, I'll just call it extended education and collaboration to hone their skills around all the demands and requirements right now, particularly around teacher evaluation and so forth, and professional development needs in the schools. So, you know, just like any other person in an industry, leaders come in all shapes and sizes with all degrees of preparedness. But I have to say there are a lot of excellent leaders right now in the Paterson schools.
You've held leadership positions in education elsewhere in this country. You've taught as well, so you know both from a elementary school teaching position to this level of education you're involved with now, how challenging it can be to address the needs at the various different parts of the education spectrum. In a school district like, let's say, Paterson, where the graduation rate is so much lower than the average graduation rate for the rest of the state, what's the most important thing that you think needs to be done to get more of the young students there to actually make it through to the graduation day?
Oh boy, that's a complex question. I would argue that schools have to develop cultures where teachers want to stay and where leaders want to stay, and that's a complex task. I think supportive, collaborative structures where teachers and leaders learn from one another. There needs to be time and space for collaboration and planning and joint ventures. So I think, you know, it sounds kind of corny maybe, but I think there needs to be a sense of community in the schools. And that sense of community is going to motivate the teachers, the students, the parents, the leaders to have a better school.
Dr. Burns, we'll leave it there for now. We thank you so much.
Thank you.